Welcome back, my friends. I hope you're all doing good and are not under too much heat. Man, I wish I could buy an AC because it's hot in here. But those things are just too expensive for my taste, so I'm going with my trusty fan. Unfunny fact though, while I'm recording these episodes, I cannot have the fan on because it's creating too much noise. So I'm sitting here in this hotbox while recording. It is probably not a good idea to start this project in the summer. I mean, the ironic part is that this idea started to form in the summer last year, and I started shaping it this past winter. So I could have had these recordings done in my cozy, nice heated room while it's freezing outside. But no, I chose to do it the hard way. So not trying to take over this episode with too much side business, let's jump right into today's topic. And a disclaimer, as always, I talk about these things with funny thoughts and sometimes exaggerate a little bit because I think it's funny. Of course, there's mostly science involved, and you know what? I don't care. I like to be the guy who doesn't know. In this case, at least. Try to let those thoughts thrive rather than having clear facts about everything. So anyways, after talking through countless subjects, I got stuck at some past memories about phones. And then a question popped in my head. I mean, how crazy are cell phones and that technology? Just listen. I mean, even back in the day when we had our killer Nokias, which withstood a car, we were able to text and call. With a device that was capable of storing about, 30 phone numbers and some snake game on it? I mean, how do calls and texts even work? You type in some letters on a small calculator-like thing and hit send. This message file flies somehow through the air and lands on someone else's device. I mean, what? I mean, if you put it like that, it can only be magic, right? Same goes for calls. We just hit a phone number, press call, and we are able to speak to someone God knows how far away. I mean, none of this makes any sense if you put it like that. Obviously, again, there's a science behind it, and I know that there is a total logic behind it, but it doesn't matter. Just think about that. Just imagine how it had to be before the phone era. Just imagine you had to send a text message via the post office. You had to use your phone, which actually needed ink to work, and write it on one of the first Nokias ever invented called paper. How exhausting. And then you were limited in space because when the paper was full, you were done. And don't get me started on the fact that if you misspelled something or had to rewrite something, I mean, there were only two possible solutions. Start from scratch or just cross it out and continue, which made it look like you don't care enough to write a nice letter. Imagine today where people write something and then they realize, oh, I have more to say about that. Nope, Postman already took your letter. You gotta wait for the response first. Just imagine you get letters from your friend today like they are writing a text message. So you get the first letter stating that he wants to hang out. And you write back, yeah, sure, let's do it. Then you get the second letter from him asking on what you thought about Bob and how he acted on the family retreat. In the third letter, he asks what time you guys want to hang. You write him back with all the answers on one letter and hand it to the postman, who then gives you the fourth. The postman walks off to deliver your message while you open the fourth letter stating that your friend decided to stay home because he's lazy today. Or imagine receiving like 4 letters of the same person in random order and the whole context makes absolutely no sense. Man, people must have been thoughtful back in the day. Taking all this time to think about what to write. Have I thought of everything? Does the letter look nice? Today we just straight up shoot out words like a machine gun without any second thought. And I can tell you from experience that with certain people it is not easy to hold a conversation with 2 different topics over the text. It gets absolutely confusing. I mean, I even managed to send someone a text asking if he will be online tonight to have a gaming session. And my text was misleading. And he ended up at my house because he thought I meant he should come over for a beer. Obviously, my question wasn't as clear as it is in English. Luckily, I was home, otherwise, he would have been standing outside calling me. And I would have been so confused. I still was, though. Okay, the subject got kind of out of hand. In any case, I think it's crazy that we are just able to do all these things communication-wise. And it all just kind of floats through the air in miscellaneous ways. And it all in milliseconds and lands exactly where it's supposed to. And it's just a regular thing for us. Magic, man. And don't get me started on message birds or ravens when I'm talking about flying on and landing. In any case, what are your thoughts about it? I gotta stop now or my head will start to smoke. Have a nice night, guys.